Alright, what's going on, guys? This winter I'm going to be taking on the project of building a full FD-Spec roll cage for my FRS behind me here. Basically, I'm just going to take you guys along with me for the whole ride. This is my first roll cage ever, as a disclaimer here, so before you guys fry me in the comments, I'm just trying to learn like you guys are, and I'm sure some of the stuff I might do, I'll probably have to redo a couple times, but you guys will see the whole process, and hopefully it turns out pretty good as I want it to be. Plan is to get a really tight fitting, and just to get all good penetration on all the welds and make it passable. So in addition to that, I plan on possibly tubing the rear end if I have enough time, do a better fuel cell setup in the back. I had a cheaper setup before, but I would like to cut the back out, make a nice tube back there, and get it nice underneath the car. So hopefully I'll have that for you guys too, so just stay tuned, and we'll see how this thing turns out. Alright, so since we're going to be painting the whole interior once we get the cage in there, I don't really want to paint over all this sound deadening. And the exhaust actually runs right through here, and it looks like it's actually been melting some of this, so it's time to get that out of there. I've never done this before, but I've seen people use some dry ice and put it on there and freeze it, so we're going to try that now. Alright, so I got a couple bricks on there. Cold, a little smaller. Hopefully, we'll let this sit for a couple minutes, and hopefully it'll just break right off. We'll give it a couple minutes. So update, it's been about a couple minutes. You can actually hear, if you listen closely, the dry ice just cracking, the sound deadening, which seems to be working. I'm gonna give it like probably like one more minute, and then I'm gonna smack it a couple times and see if it breaks off. Damn, so first off, super impressed. Just smacked it once, entire sheet just came out. I'll try this side right now. This off. Literally just peels right off. So nice. Alright, we'll get to the next side now. Alright, it's time to smack these two. Off. Right off. Boom. This is super nice. Way easier than using a chisel, you know, because there's all glue here, so you just freeze it and smack it. Definitely recommend this method to anybody that's going to be either putting a cage in or painting their interior. Overall consensus, I recommend using dry ice. I mean, it's so easy. It probably took like me 10 minutes to get all this out. So yeah, definitely, if you're gonna remove some sound deadening, use some dry ice. Alright, what's up, guys? Just got the driver's side base plate done. The template, at least, for the main hoop. And right here, I'll show you guys in the car later, but basically it's 3 pieces, and they're all going to weld together here. I got a 12 gauge sheet of metal right here, and trace the little template out, and now we're going to cut them out and do a lot of trimming, and hopefully just tack them together in place, and then we'll see how good they fit, and then from there we'll basically duplicate these and just weld them the other way, so then we'll have 2 identical for the 2 identical sides in the car, and then we'll be able to see how they fit. Alright, so just got done cutting out the base plates. Clean them up with the flap disc a little bit. Got them as good as my lines were with the Sharpie, so we're going to see how they fit inside the car. Let's take them over. Basically, all I did was I just took cardstock and cut out a little template. That's what all these scraps are for, but the way I have it sitting is we're going to have it right here. We will have this one back here. This one over here. So I'm going to set the camera down real quick. Alright, so my original base plates were a little bit off after I cut them out because the paper is basically flexing. The metal doesn't flex at all. So I made these new ones. They fit real good. Basically, I just laid this sheet down and just try to get as close as I could to the gaps with the sheet metal to try to fill as little as possible with the welder. So now we're gonna cut them out again and we'll see how it fits again. Alright, so I just got done cutting and trimming up the metal for the base plate on the driver's side, and it's all fitting pretty good. I'll show you what we got. This is what we're working with now. This plate's here. There's a little gap right here, and what I'm going to do is when I go to weld this in, I'm going to weld in the corners here, and I'm just going to heat it up with the torch over there and hit it with a hammer, and it should fill that gap for me so I can get a nice weld there. But it's a real nice fitment here. I even just notch it to fit the seam weld. Yeah, the gaps are pretty good for as good as I could get them, and it's gonna be plenty strong. Next, what I'm gonna do is probably just put a couple tacks in the corners here, and then I'll heat this up and try to bend that just so I can get it all set up, and then we'll go for the final welds here. And another thing I want to do is I want to while I'm in here, I'm just gonna weld this, do a little stitch weld here on this seam weld here. Where the spot welds are, and I'm gonna spray some weld through primer down here just to protect it from rusting. So we're gonna do all that, and then I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure the car's is exactly the same on the passenger side over there, so we're gonna cut out another set of these and just basically flip them around. So, and then we'll have both of our base plates done so we can work on our main hoop. Alright, so I just got done tacking the base plates in place. Here's how they turned out, just all together pretty much. So just a few tacks right here, and then I just took a couple little stitch welds right there. Actually out of a weld through primer, so I just ordered some on Amazon, and it should be here in like 2 days. So I'm just gonna wait to fully weld this base plate in until I have just both done, just so I can make sure that that's exactly what I want before I finish welding them. But now while this is off, I figured I'm just going to take the time and just weld it off the car. So I'm going to weld all the inside gaps and then all the outside, get it real strong, make sure I don't warp it. And then when I'm ready, I'm just going to hammer this down, get it to fit real nice, and finish welding the rest of it to the car after I spray some primer down there. So yeah, I'm going to weld this now.
I can hear the silence as I'm walking by. Come and say something, I wanna hear your voice. All the eyes on me, all the eyes are right on me. All the eyes on me, all the eyes are right on me. All the eyes on me, all the eyes are right on me. All the eyes on me, all the eyes are right on me. Eyes are right on me.
Alright, so I just finished up welding the base plate. It's fully welded. Welded on both sides. It's really hot, so give me a second. But yeah, it's welded on both sides. And got pretty good penetration. got it real hot. And yeah, now it should fit pretty good. We'll take it over to the car real quick. Fits real good. Real tight gaps all around, so yeah, basically we'll let this cool down. I'm gonna wait till I get my primer before I weld this in, but I'm gonna work on making the next side here. But that'll probably be it for this video. I'll probably make it part 2 once I get the other base plate welded in, and I'll weld this one in, and then we'll work on bending the main hoop. I got my JD squared bender all set up right here. I just got this thing, and I got 90 feet of tube over here. It is 1.5 inch 0.95 wall DOM tubing. That's basically the minimum spec for a FD roll cage you can get. So and I got that, and I got the appropriate die over here, and this little stand die makeshift rigged up. But yeah, basically we'll bend some tube. I'm just working on getting little templates done so I can know how much material each bend is going to take, and then we'll work on bending our main hoop, and then from there we're just off to the rest of the roll cage stuff. So stay tuned if you're interested in this stuff, and let me know in the comments how you like it and what else you think I should do. So thanks.
Ooh.